Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. My name is Rich and we are here with Brandon and Boone, and we're going to demonstrate all the obedience commands we've reinforced while Boone's been with us, the training equipment that we're using, and the techniques. Now, as you'll notice, Boone is seated very nicely at Brandon's left, which is where all the training starts and stops. Brandon's got a standard 6-foot web training leash, and you'll notice he keeps the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, which leaves his left hand free to make a correction on the training collar. That's the second piece of equipment, and we're also using a clicker and the very occasional treat for Boone. Now, traditional obedience training is done with your dog on your left. As you'll notice, Boone again is seated very nicely there, and the first command we're going to demonstrate is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, always on your left, and the command is Boone heel. Now, I say always on your left. I mean, if you're more comfortable with him on your right, certainly he can be there. But the idea with heeling is that he walks nicely at your pace, not forging ahead, not lagging behind. And then whenever you stop, the idea is that Boone automatically sits and waits for another command. And when he follows a command, you're going to hear Brandon use his clicker, basically letting Boone know that he's done a good job. So it's acknowledging, or it's letting him know that he's done something well, along with verbal praise and the occasional treat. So, nice automatic sit. The next command we're going to show you is the sit-stay. It's a hand and a voice command. So once he's seated, left open palm, an inch or two from his muzzle. No, he got distracted. And if he makes a little mistake like that, not the end of the world, okay? So, I mean, if he goes from a sit-stay to a down-stay, we're not going to be overly critical. At home, if he does that, you can get him up and heel him out and then start all over again. But with your stationary commands, whether it's sit-stay or down-stay, you want him to hold it. And it's for 20 seconds to 30 seconds, and then working up to 3 to 5 minutes. And it's gonna take time to get there, especially with Boone. He's got a great sense of smell. He's easily distracted by wildlife and things around him. Nice automatic sit, stay. And again, at home initially, I mean 20-30 seconds, go out to the end of your training lead, have him hold this, and then you have two options with your sit-stay and your down-stay. You can either return back to your dog, or you can call him out of that. If you call Boone out of that, the command is just Boone come. His job is to come back and sit, instead of come back and jump on you. You can see he's very responsive to clicker, reward, praise, and he's being really well behaved. I mean, he's come a long way from what he was like when you sent him. I mean, still the happy-go-lucky Boone that we love, but just a better version. Okay, so nice automatic sit again. Left open palm, one word firm command to stay. Again, have him hold this. And he's looking at or paying attention to cars and stuff like that that are going by the building. Brandon calls him out of that. Again, it's Boone come. Using your leash as a guide if you need to. So when you call him, if he doesn't, kind of wind him up. I mean, he doesn't have a choice but to come back to you. So use your leash as a guide, make him sit when he gets to you, and then you take off heeling. Again, heeling, his shoulder blade should be roughly even with your left leg, and adjusting to your pace, not vice versa. Beautiful automatic sit. Now, he has a tendency to sometimes want to scratch and itch, and I do think he's smart enough to kind of think, if I do this, I don't have to do my training. No. So we're going to put him into either a down-stay or a sit-stay at this point. Okay. So again, we have a little blanket out here for him because it's wet, it's damp. If he doesn't lay down for Brandon, if you didn't hear him, it's no and it's down. And again, 20-30 seconds working up to 2 or 3 minutes, eventually 5 minutes for your down stay. And with Boone, practice indoors too, or in a quiet area like we have here. Brandon can either return and then take off heeling. So at home, practice is going to be putting Boone on leash, making him follow these commands, at least twice a day with him. And your training sessions should be no longer than 15 or 20 minutes. Nice down, nice stay. Because once you start going longer than that 15-minute mark, I mean, even with adult dogs, you'll start to lose their focus, they get tired, and then you start getting frustrated. So keep your training sessions short, fun, and at least 2 times a day, if not more, if you want to. Brandon can call him out of that. Boone, come. And that's a good example of using your leash if you need to. He's really paying attention to the cars that are going by, so use that leash to guide him if necessary. Another very nice automatic sit. And you're down on your stay. Now there's going to be a lot of things that we're going to go over tomorrow regarding Boone, training equipment, you know, the techniques that we're using. You're going to have a training packet that's specifically designed for him, answering any questions, and if you need help in the future, we want to be there. Another option too is if you guys happen to go away and need a place for him to stay, he's welcome to come back for boarding. A lot of our clients take advantage of that, especially when they're traveling. So he's come a long way again. We've really enjoyed working with Boone. We want to thank you so much for using Nora's Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer. Boone's going to get a bath here this afternoon, so it'll be all nice and clean when I bring him home for you tomorrow. Thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.